There is one force you're not aware of, and it's ruining your life. It stops you from getting six-pack abs, it stops you from going travelling, it stops you from asking for that girl's number, it stops you from starting a business, it stops you from learning a language, from writing a novel, from hitting the gym, from going to university, from doing anything in your life that you have always wanted to do but you've never managed to do yet. It is called the resistance. Hi, my name's Jack, and I'm from Scotland, but I live here in Colombia. And for the majority of my adult life, since I was an adolescent, I was miserable, anxious, felt lesser than, depressed, whatever, all the bad stuff. And in the last few years, I've figured out a few things that have kind of changed, how I show up in the world and how I feel within myself. So I started this YouTube channel to share some of these ideas with yourself. It was Stephen Pressfield who came up with this idea of the resistance. He wrote about it in a book called The War of Art, which has been utterly game-changing for me. It's about 110 pages long. You could read it in about an hour because some of the chapters are only like 3 paragraphs. So I would highly recommend it. But he said, speaking of his artistic creative process, it's not the writing part that's hard, it's the sitting down part that's hard. And what gets in between the two of them is called the resistance. So what is the resistance? The resistance cannot be seen, touched, heard, or tasted, but it can be felt. It is an energy field that radiates from any work that you have to do in the future that you are not currently doing. It is a repelling force, and it aims to distract us, to push us away from doing the work, to get us to do anything else other than the work. It is the devil on your shoulder. It is the thing that stopped you from doing every single thing that you've ever wanted to do in your life. And it is an unstoppable, relentless force that never goes anywhere. Every single day of your life, you're going to come up against it. Hence why Stephen Pressfield's book is called The War of Art. Because every day it is a war against this internal devil that you have inside you called the resistance that's trying to hold you back and stop you from, letting loose the genius that you have inside you. A lot of times it comes in the form of procrastination. That's a classic. Sometimes it comes in the form of family members saying, you're working too hard. Sometimes it comes in the form of your friends saying, you're becoming a bit of a hermit. Other times it comes in the form of addictions, alcohol, cocaine, YouTube, porn, whatever. It can come in the form of a girlfriend. It can come in the form of sex. It can come in the form of literally anything that gets in between you as a barrier between you and the work that deep down in your soul you have to do. Here's a list, in no particular order, of the moments in your life that you're undoubtedly going to experience resistance. The pursuit of some sort of artistic calling, starting a YouTube, writing a book, becoming an actor, picking up the guitar, learning a foreign language. It will present itself anytime you're starting to do something to do with your finances. Maybe that's investing, maybe that's starting a business, any sort of entrepreneurial venture, any sort of health-related activity. The resistance will rear its ugly head to tell you to make you to stay the same as you are right now. Any form of education, any moment that requires you to take a principled stand in the face of adversity, you will experience resistance undoubtedly. Anything that involves commitment of the heart, like a marriage or having a child. Anything that involves getting over an addiction, basically anything that involves a huge transformation in your life that is going to be the transformation you want to make, where you currently are, and the thing in between is the resistance. So what does it feel like? It feels like unhappiness, irritability, anxiousness, that feeling, that gnawing feeling that you can't really enjoy anything or that you're not really enjoying your rest time because you've not done enough work to warrant it. For me, if I'm not productive in my day, I can't enjoy anything else for the rest of my day. It doesn't matter how much I try to distract myself, whether YouTube or reading books or hanging out with pals. There's that thing in the back of my head that said, but you didn't do the work though, did you? And that is the consequence of giving into the resistance. The resistance is this incredibly powerful force, and if we give into it, all the negative emotions in the universe happen in our life because of it. Guilt, shame, fear, self-doubt, feeling that you're not good enough, worrying about your life, midlife crisis. All these things are as a result of the fact that you have not pursued that thing deep down in your soul that you need to pursue, and you have given in to the resistance. Here's one of the best quotes from the book that I love that demonstrates this. I'm going to have to read this off the screen here. Hitler wanted to be an artist. At 18, he took his inheritance, 700 kronen, and moved to Vienna to live and study. He applied to the Academy of Fine Arts and later to the School of Architecture. Ever seen one of his paintings? Neither have I. Resistance beat him. Call it overstatement, but I'll say it anyway. It was easier for Hitler to start World War II than it was for him to face a blank square of canvas. The resistance is also a compass. The things in our life that are the most worth doing are the things which are going to bring up this force in our life. They're going to bring up the self-doubt, the procrastination, the maybe I'll do it next year, the excuses that, oh, who am I to be thinking about doing something so grand? These are all manifestations of the resistance. So if you feel a lot of resistance to doing a task, it is a good idea to orient yourself towards that task. Another way to look at it is that the things that give you the most resistance are the things that you should most be doing with your time. So the question becomes, well, how do you beat it? And it's pretty simple. It's going to be shite advice, but you get up every single day of your life. You acknowledge that there is this force called the resistance which is trying to keep you down, and you do the work anyway, regardless of what you feel about it. If this is something that is important to you in the long term, then you stay consistent regardless of the emotions that are going to come up in the way, because inevitably the resistance is going to throw fucking everything at you. It'll throw the kitchen sink at you, it'll throw your family complaining about stuff, it'll throw your friends whinging about not seeing you enough, it'll throw the self-doubt, the limiting beliefs, everything. But you have to just stay consistent, recognise the battle every day, and do the fucking work. Everything you want in life is at the other side of having this battle, and let me tell you, it is the most worthwhile use of your time you could possibly ever have. And it's simple. It's you feel the force, you understand the enemy, you beat it every day, and you live the good life. That's all there is to it. Cheers.